Hey, it's Dr. Terry Levine. Thanks for tuning in again to Digital Marketing for Coaches and Consultants. And today, no matter what kind of a business you're in, you really need to hear this because I'm going to talk about the best way to unlock your success. And it's an indispensable power of a one-page business plan for you as a business owner. So let's talk about growing your business fast and truly having the kinds of rewards that success can bring. So in my experience, the number one problem that business owners have is the lack of money. Almost every business problem that I've seen in these 40-something years as a business consultant for over 3 decades can be solved with more money. Now, I want you to be completely honest with me. You went into business, and one of the reasons was to make money. Now, if you say, oh, I'm in business, I could care less about making money, you're not in business, and that's okay. It's a side hobby, and that's totally fine. A hobby is not a business. I know you want to transform lives, you want to change the world. I know all of that, right? However, if you don't have money, and if you're going broke or about to go broke and you're going out of business, how many people are you really going to help, right? You're not going to help anyone. So a part of my role as a business consultant is that I assess businesses every single day. And most of the businesses only seem to function at what I consider a mediocre level. And I'm really blatant and honest with business owners. A lot of coaches, consultants, and mentors aren't. I am. I often tell people, go get a job in your industry. You probably end up working a lot less, having less stress, more benefits, more time to go on vacation than trying to make a business work and ending up being a prisoner in the business because not everyone's meant to be a business owner. So when I look at business owners that have a lot of free time like I do, tons of free cash like I do, and are really happy doing what they do like I do, you may wonder, well, why do they have that? And why don't I have what they have? So let's talk a little bit about statistics. There's a lot of variations on the exact percentage of businesses that fail within the first 5 years. Most statistics estimate that about 90% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. I'm going to take a very conservative approach to this with you. So let's think about it. Let's just say only 50%, so 90%, 50% fail in 5 years. So that means in 5 years from now, you only have a 50% chance of being around. Now, getting worse than that in my experience is the real statistic that even if a business doesn't go under in 5 years, the owner stays at a plateau for years and years and years. And many of the owners become disenchanted. In fact, some are actually miserable. There's not enough money coming in and not enough profits. They're not even making what I'd consider a modest living. And the business owner just sits there. They have this self-created job that they're stuck with. It's this business that they've saddled themselves with, and they're simply not happy doing what it is that they're doing. And you might be one of these people, and you might feel disillusioned with your fate, or you might have accepted it, or you may feel disillusioned with the industry. And maybe you're just, quite frankly, tired of living this way, right? Well, so in my experience, most people go into business to do the technical thing they're good at. My first business 40-something years ago was a speech language pathologist. I wanted to treat patients as a speech pathologist. When I got into coaching and consulting, I wanted to coach and consult. Software developers, they want to develop software. A virtual assistant wants to focus on administrative tasks, right? Yet if you own a business, most of the time, business owners who are failing, what I see is they blame their industry. The industry's failing, industry's no good. Meanwhile, I look at that same industry and a lot of people in the same industry are super successful. So sorry, you can't point the finger of blame at the industry. If you're not great, and I do mean great, at operations, business, sales, and marketing, it doesn't really matter how good your skills are technically at the craft. At being a physical therapist, being a coach, a consultant, a speaker, trainer, author, doesn't matter. You could be the best one of these things on the planet. You could be the best doctor, the best lawyer, the best accountant. But if you don't have clients, you don't have patients, your business will still fail. So I find it really interesting that most business owners have no business plan. So if you went to some type of a healthcare professional, they set up a treatment plan for you. When I was a speech language pathologist, after I diagnosed you, I set up a treatment plan for you. Hopefully, when you're in an airplane, the pilot is following a flight plan, right? Okay. So instead of your focus getting on more licensing and more, I've only had this certification or this license to make me better at the technical thing. No, stop doing that. Where you really need to invest your money and where you need help is on the business side. As a professional in your industry, you have to have a plan. You have to stop winging it. In my experience, business owners who have a plan dramatically, and I do mean dramatically, have increased the probability of their success. So I want to be really clear. I am not talking about investing thousands of dollars. I've seen people come to me with a $10,000 business plan. It's 25, 50 pages. I even saw one that was over 100. It's a complete waste of money. No one's looking at that every day or following it. Instead, what I do is I help you set up a one-page business plan. And in that plan, I can show you that about 80 to could be as high as 90% of the things that you show up and do every single day have no bearing, big zero, on the positive results that you're getting in your business. You could probably, instead of doing those things, I don't know, could sit on the couch, you can binge Netflix all day, because most of the activities that you're engaged in, like most business owners, are time wasters. I'm telling you the harsh, honest truth because I care and you matter. You've heard of the Pareto principle, right? The 80-20 rule. Okay. So in my studies, I learned that in addition to the 80-20 rule, there's another rule. And this rule says that 64% of effects, 64% only come from 4% of causes. So what does that mean? The majority of your success as a business owner comes from the top 4 actions that you're taking. Top 4. Everything else you're doing, 96% of what you do every day is a time waster. So the Pareto principle that says 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes, here's what I see. Most business owners, the ones that are struggling, they spend time in order to save money. Biggest mistake you can possibly make. Successful business owners, on the flip side, they spend money to save time. Get this distinction. It's very, very important. You can always get more money. However, time, that's a precious commodity. You cannot get more time. So make sure that things that you are spending your time on are making a huge impact. 2 of my favorite words in business are optimize and leverage. If you want more business success, you need to start paying attention to the things that actually are working and the things that actually are making you money. And you need to expand. You need to optimize the things that are working, that are going to give you the most leverage. My personal definition of business success is that you bring in more money while you're actually doing less work. And at the same time, you're making an even bigger impact on the clients that you serve. So I have a formula that works for a one-page marketing plan. It's super simple. If you want this formula, no charge, I'm gifting it to you. Simply send an email to terry@heartrepreneur.com, terry@heartrepreneur.com, and I will share my one-page plan with you. I care, you matter. I want you to be successful. And that's why I'm here with you at Digital Marketing for Coaches and Consultants. Be sure you subscribed and totally appreciate your 5-star reviews and when you share the podcast. I'll see you next time here at Digital Marketing for Coaches and Consultants. Bye now.